okay, we are cracking the halfway point. 50 is Glam Slam.
Okay.
Oh, definitely one of the more theatrical songs off this album. Ooh, I mean, I'm just thinking about the beginning of it, and I think it's like the same Around the World in a Day. Whatever that groove, it kind of starts it, and then it just takes off from there. I don't remember if it's like 4 or 5 minutes long, even longer, but it's like so many musical highlights, and then just the way it ends and kind of the music builds and all that. It's like, I love the synth work on it. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, 49, Mountains. Oh, mountains.
Okay.
It's only mountains and the sea. There's nothing greater than you and me. I don't remember who wrote what, but Wendy and Lisa collaboration with this one. And it's such a great collaboration.
Okay, which do you like better, the extended version or the regular album version?
Well, if it was the extended version, it would be higher. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It's not the extended version. I don't think was ever released like officially, so I didn't really want to stray away from that too much.
Right.
So yeah, that's like the one negative is that the song kind of ends prematurely, and I'm so used to like the extended version.
Right.
Yeah, great theme about with positivity and all that. So, okay, 48, Pop Life.
Okay.
Another great Revolution collaboration. Love the music for this one, and just like the themes that are explored in the lyrics, but I think the music kind of sticks with me a bit, and I think there is a remix on the Ultimate set, and I really like that one also. And sometimes I prefer it because the ending is different. I kind of don't like that sound sample he put at the end. It kind of disrupts things a bit. But
yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. He just like randomly threw it on there. And well, maybe not randomly. He had an idea behind it, as he always does. But, of course, everybody thought, it's like, oh, he saved the footage from the Rolling Stone shows where he got thrown off stage. Like, no, it was actually from a sound library. And he just, like, added that for effect or something.
Right.
Okay, 47, A Million Days. I did not know that this was an older song from the Vault that he brought back for Musicology album. But maybe that'll explain why I like it so much. Really great guitar work. That's fun.
Another one of those theatrical kind of big songs.
Yeah. Yeah, I always kind of picture him performing it live when I listen to that stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, man. I feel bad this one ended up charting so low because I might have taken, I don't know. Some days I really get into it. Sometimes I don't. It depends on the day. But 46 is 1999.
Okay.
And this is like the first Prince song I ever heard, and it was like through the music video. And the crazy thing is that I went years without seeing it, but when I was going through them, and I picked out this one. I think it was maybe the third video I watched, and everything just like came back to me. Like I remember Lisa and Jill together. I remember Dez's headband. I remember the whole stage setup and the choreography and all that. It's such an iconic video. But it's like really cool now thinking about the production of it and how Prince actually played everything on this. It wasn't a Revolution track. It featured them in the 3-part harmony and the Sly and Family Stone style. But yeah, he played everything. And with this one, it was on a BBC radio thing. I think Terry Lewis was being interviewed and he was talking about this song and how Prince kind of tuned up the production for like the Lynn drum, just making it sound like explosions. Like just another thing to think about. Like the whole production of the song is really amazing. It's a classic for a reason.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, this is where my sequencing starts to not make sense too much.
Okay.
Just like based on, I think that was the point where I was at the 9.5 and I put songs higher up where my component score is like a perfect 5, and then the technical stuff was just off. But I'm playing favorites here, so the second mark is the one that kind of places everything. So the next couple of tracks are from the Rainbow Children album. The first one is Digital Garden, which not a lot of people seem to like, but for some reason I like the whole vibe of it, the Afro drums and that really sick rock groove that comes halfway through, like kind of, I think it's like an underrated solo, but then again it's also kind of an album not many people really get into. I personally don't. For whatever reason, I do kind of like this song. And then 44 is Everlasting Now, which is one of his best funk grooves for sure. And it's got Larry Graham on bass killing it. And
Yep.
it's just very uplifting and positive. And kind of a nice way to help close out the album, though it's not quite the end.
Right.
43, Have a Heart from One Night Alone. I think it was one of the highlights. One thing I want to say just about the album in general is that, I mean, Prince is kind of known as a guitar player, but I feel his character really comes out in his piano playing because it's very unique. Like, you can pick out that it's like, that's him. His piano work on this song in particular I really like, and I love that riff he does throughout it. Objects in the Mirror follows it, and they're kind of like in a suite together. And I don't like that song quite as much, but I like how he brought that piano riff back and added strings to it to kind of bring that vibe. And it's just like a really cool moment that kind of sucks me in. Okay, 42, Breakfast Can Wait from Artificial Age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very cheesy with all the metaphors, but for some reason I do like it. And there's some vocal moments, like it's more Chipmunk than Camille, but when that comes out, I like it and I get into it. It's kind of funny at the end where it just goes like really high up, like, oh, it's like the best. Like he's like so happy, whatever the heck is going on, we'll leave to interpretation, but.
Yeah, exactly.
41, Act of God from 2010.
Yeah.
Sick groove.
Love that song.
I don't always listen. It's like one of those ones where the lyrics are kind of political, but the music, it doesn't really get in the way of the music, and it's, oh man, I love that chorus and just the music in general. It's so good. This is also one of those songs I can never recall too many specifics about it unless I'm like recently listening to it. Maybe because it's still so new. Okay, 40, Crucial from Crystal Ball.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not quite as familiar with this one, but I do something about it I really gravitate towards. And it's not like I think it's like the best song ever, or whatever it is, but Adore comes up obviously because he says Crucial in the song, and then I found this on Crystal Ball sometime later, and it's like, oh, he actually wrote a song called Crucial, go figure. And I think Adore might have come after this one. But,
right.
Yeah, no, Adore is loved by the majority of his fans, but for me, I don't always get into it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just don't sign on to it a lot of the time, but recently, like every now and then I do. I don't remember anything specific to even bring up with Crucial, but when I listen to it, it's always one of the highlights of that particular disc or just the set in general.
Well, his vocal is great on Crucial. I think his falsetto is really, really good.
Okay, 39,
Artificial Age.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think about this one. I think about the music again. That the keys and the bass line, it's so uniquely Prince. It's a really nice song. I like to chill with every now and then too.
Yep. Very chill, very groovy songs. Yeah, the whole album is pretty much like that. It's a groovy, chill album, so yeah. Yeah, that's a great song.
Okay, 38, Girls and Boys from Parade. So much fun. I always have so much fun with this one. Yeah, it's really interesting. He performs it in the movie, he just randomly performs it, and nobody questions it. But it's like kind of cool. The music video follows that, but then the Revolutions comes in and he performs it with them. And
right.
I think I saw part of the video before I even saw the movie, and I think it was at the end of some interview he did in 1999. And it was in Germany or somewhere, but they had music videos throughout it, and it ended with this one. And then it ends with him just saying boo, and then Jerome is cracking up, and nobody else is cracking up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, fun listen. I love how he split the girls' backing vocals between the two earphones. That was kind of a unique thing for this particular song.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, 37. You need another lover, that you need a hole in your head. Oh, one of my favorite grooves.
Yep.
First time I heard the Parade album, I think for most of it, I wasn't feeling the vibe too much. Maybe because some of the songs were kind of I don't know, middle of the road, nothing super spectacular. But this was, and I'll say it right now, I'm not a huge fan of Kiss. I will sing to it shamelessly when it's on the radio, but I never really got behind it with I do with so many others. But but with this one, just from the first couple of notes, it just kind of hook me in, and really great drum work. I love Lundy and Lisa, and I think even Susanna do backing vocals, and I like how they kind of they sing the second verse and they alternate lines, and it doesn't quite line up, but it just it's a really cool vibe.
Yeah. One of the best versions I think of that song is when he did it at the Super Bowl press conference in 2007.
I'll have to watch that again.
He said he would take questions from the reporters.
And then it's nope. Just rips into the guitar, and his guitar goes to talking for the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't mean for the segue to happen, but it's speaking of Super Bowl, we go to 36, which is Fall in Love Tonight, which was featured on New Girl, which the show was followed the Super Bowl in 2014.
Right.
So there's that happy memory that's kind of I have with this song because of that. I was a big fan of the show, and it was really cool to find out Prince loved the show also, and he wanted to be a love guru for Nick and Jeff, and I really liked that relationship. So that was kind of an interesting thing, and it was just cool seeing his acting and then his sense of humor coming out and in his own little quirky ways. And then we have this new song, and then when it finally came out on Hit and Run Phase 1. I have to remind myself. Hit and Run Phase 1. That was a really nice thing. I didn't quite expect it to turn up on an album. And I thought about it when I was focusing on it for my write-up, and it made me think about those techno dance songs that I listened to in the 90s. It was kind of like that, and he did it really well.
Yep. He should have released that as a single right after the New Girl episode aired, but
I know, giving it to local radio stations and have them play it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, 35. Oh, I'm losing my place. 35, the Greatest Romance remix from Rape Into Joy Fantastic. This one just slightly outdid the original, but I think it's just because I really like the vibe of it, and it just runs a bit longer, and I get to stay in that world a little bit longer. I don't get bored for a second of it. It just appeals to me. I love it.
Right. This is another one of those songs that I sing to myself quite often, especially the part about I know you can feel me, I know you can dance, but what do you know about the greatest romance? Not what you think, but what you believe. What was the real reason that Adam never left Eve? So yeah,
yep.
That's in my head quite a bit.
Okay, 34. Love or money?
Yeah.
Why the heck wasn't this released on the B-side set? All those parade B-sides are so good, and they never got an official release on any compilation.
It should have been.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's repetitive, but with Wendy and Lisa singing the title over and over, but for whatever reason, I just really like it. It's a nice funk workout. And the Camille voice kind of comes out. That makes it extra fun, and the Revolution kills it.
It really fits the movie really well with the whole shopping scene and having fun going shopping and getting the car and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, that's definitely cool.
Yeah.
Very iconic scene. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, 33, the dance, the 3121 version, because I haven't heard the original from, I guess, the Chocolate Invasion, but I also kind of don't want to hear the original because I'm afraid it will take away from my love of this version.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's not quite a masterpiece, but it is close. I think the ending maybe ruins it, maybe a little bit. He hams it up a little too much at the end. But
it's just not fair.
It's just not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those really unique ones that, again, it's I come across so many of these songs the first time and think I never expected him to write anything like this, and somehow he did. But I always saw this as a tango. It's very centered around the piano, so it's got kind of a classical vibe to it.
Yep.
And
yep.
I love the two vocals where he has the normal register and the falsetto and a duet. And really great piano playing on this one. And it's very dramatic, and it sucks me in, and sometimes it's very overwhelming. Just incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, 32. Moonbeam Levels, which I can officially talk about because it was released on the Forever compilation.
Right.
Even though most of us fans have had it for years.
Right.
There's just something about this one that just sucked me in when I first heard it. Just it kind of sounds like maybe going off on a spaceship or a spaceship lands or something. And then suddenly he comes in on piano and he tells this story, and it's a really interesting story. And I really like his piano playing on this, but I kind of don't like how the guitar comes in later on. It kind of spoils it a little bit for me, but the lyrics kind of help keep me in it for the most part. And just, even nowadays, just I always got chills from that third verse where he says, not keeping diaries to learn from his mistakes and fighting for the perfect love until it's perfect love he makes.
Yep.
Yeah, now it's extra chills. And this is one of those ones I had on my iPod, I think, shortly after he passed. And it was kind of, it was half reassuring, I think, and half difficult to listen to.
Yeah, I can totally get that.
Okay, 31 is Space. Oh, Phase from the Come album. I love the vibe of this one. This one was the one that made me have a daydream, and just this whole scene came to life, and I wrote that story. I don't know what it is about it, but yeah, the whole rocket launch thing might be the one negative about it because it's a little cliche, and he didn't really need to do that. But
yeah,
but it's like it's kind of a come-on ballad where he's trying to like entice somebody, and it's like, well, you got me with that one for sure.
yeah. It's got one of the best maxi singles I think he ever released with all the different versions on it. I personally love the acoustic version a lot. But yeah, great songs.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy. What was that one? Universal Love remix. That's kind of crazy. He does new lyrics for it, yet somehow they work. It's really crazy.
Right.
Okay. Ooh. 30, I think, with maybe one exception. It's my favorite B-side, 17 Days.
Okay.
Oh, man. It was the very first B-side I listened to. I think it might have been one of the first files I got from another fan that I listened to. And I still picture like listening to it on that old Winamp music player thing with like the equalizer bars like going up and spiking with the music. I always remember that.
Yeah.
And then kind of funny, it's the lyrics are let the rain come down, but I always think about snow. I don't know why.
Huh.
But that's like always the vibe I got, and just really like the story of this one. And yeah, there are times that just feels like magic. I really enjoy it. Ooh, okay. I think we are at the very last 9.5, and it's this one's really personal to me. Okay, 29 is Somewhere Here on Earth from Planet Earth. Oh, man, I love this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Great ballad off of this album. Almost, it's not always, but it seems like a lot of albums, the third song's always a ballad. And I just, the whole vibe of it, like from the start, like he drops the needle on a record player, and it feels like very like classical and like old school, but it's also kind of modern at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite falsetto performances by him. Freaking love it.
Yeah.
So such a pretty, heartbreaking listen thing to listen to.
Yeah.
And it just like sucks me in every single time. And it's very cinematic, and it's the funny thing was I was like maybe starting to conceptualize what I saw, and then the music video came out, and it's like it's kind of hard to think about the song without that coming to mind, as well done as it was.
Right.
Yeah, he looks so good in that video. It was so well done. And it's so crazy to say. It's like I was reading the 21 Nights book, and supposedly, like on one of those nights, he took off to Prague and shot the video after he had like performed all night and stuff. Like the fact he was able to do that is crazy to even think about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think what I really like about it is just his vibe in the video, but also just listening to him. It's what that, like what I said with 3121, where that's kind of the version of him I think about when I just think about him in general. And this video comes to mind also, just his air of sophistication and experience. And it's like the kind of song where I was all in love with him over and over again.
Thinking of the video, it's almost like he's a more mature version of the Christopher Tracy character. But really distinguished, and yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was just a random thought I had, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have thought of that on my own. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I think with this, just this whole album in general, I don't think with Planet Earth I'd ever heard it. Maybe I have heard it maybe once with somebody else in the room, but pretty much all my experiences have been like on my own, and I would have it in my car, and yeah, it was kind of like a mixed listen. I think the week I had the album, because like I really get sucked into it, and then there's that final line where he says, "As long as I'm here," and then I'm thinking he's not here anymore, and then it's kind of like the spell's broken for like a second, and it's like it brings me down a bit, but at the same time it makes me want to just drive to an airport, catch a plane to Minneapolis, and freaking go to like Paisley Park or something, just like to be near him. That's the whole vibe that it kind of makes me. The only thing that kind of kept the song out of like the top is that cheesy, in this digital age you can just page me lyric. Like you had to put like some random lyric in there that just like even you couldn't pull it off, Prince. I'm sorry. So we are now down to every song I gave a perfect 10. So we're getting serious.
There we go.
Okay, 28, Style. Style is puppy breath. Style is no fear of death from Emancipation. Love the whole vibe, the whole band vibe with this one. It's very cool groove with the horns and stuff. Bunch of interesting metaphors that he like strings together. I think only Prince could come up with stuff like this. And the Michael Jordan reference kind of dates it a little bit, but no heck with dating it. It's a really good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, Style is Ollie's cab. Style is hailing a cab, and give them the finger when they pass your ass. That's something you hear again.
Yeah. I think it encapsulates everything that makes Prince cool. I mean, it's his cool anthem. So that's what's cool about that song.
Okay. Getting down to it. 27, Crimson and Clover off of Lotus Flower.
Another cover. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely the most unique one because it's not entirely Crimson and Clover. There's a little Wild thing thrown in there, and I didn't find that out for like a little while. I think I heard the original version of Crimson and Clover. I'm like, okay, where is that thing involved? And later I heard Wild Things, like, he put those together. But cool. I have written cool psychedelic underwater effect and a lot of killer guitar solos.
Yeah.
Definitely a Prince production, and he also performed this on Ellen and did a really good job of it. So yeah.
And then
I think it's my favorite song off the album.
You got the great video too with Missy Copeland.
Oh right, yeah. I think I only saw maybe the teaser on the Lotus Flower site when it was on, because I didn't want to pay the $77 to see the whole thing.
So you haven't seen the whole video?
Nope, I don't think I have.
Okay, well we'll have to change that.
Okay. Yeah, funny thing, Lotus Flower, it's like, that's my favorite song off the album. It's a cover. Go figure.
Oh well, sometimes things just work out that way.
Yep. Okay, 26, Reflection off of Musicology.
Nice.
Yeah, nice little ending to the album. I mean, it's not a big old ballad, a power ballad. It's just like a nice chill song. It's very, it's hard to not use this word, reflective. It's very like introspective, and I liked this even before I saw his performance with Wendy on Tyler Smiley.
Yep. It's funny to hear him talk. It's funny to hear him talk about when he was younger. Remember all the way back in the day when we would compare whose afro was the roundest.
Yeah, and then like a few years after that, he brought it back. Go figure.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
all planned.
Yeah.
Okay, Monster, number 25, Crystal Ball.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a monster of a song.
I think I'd only heard it through like maybe 3 or 4 times ever, but it's not the kind of song I would want to overplay because A, I don't always have the time for it, and B, I do not want to lose anything from this by overexposing myself to it. And I really don't remember anything specific, just the music, how epic it is, and Wendy and Lisa and the backing vocals, and just the whole vibe of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those songs that feels like it goes on forever, but it goes, there are lots of peaks and valleys, and, the sound changes and the tempo changes, and it's a monster song, definitely.
Okay, another closer, 24, Last December, from Rainbow Children.
Love that song.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a tough album to listen to, not just the whole Jehovah's Witness thing, but after reading My Tate's book, it kind of might have ruined a lot of it for me forever, just like how he moved on so quickly, and he's like kind of portraying her in that way. But this song, it can't be touched by any of that. And it's just, wow. It's always like a highlight of the album. It's just, it makes you think about stuff whenever you listen to it. And then nowadays, it's like kind of hard not to. Like, help us think if he knew 2015 was his last December.
Right.
That's the kind of thing I think about every now and then when I listen to it. But
Yeah.
Okay. 23. Oh, Dance for Me from Minneapolis Sound. Camille is back, and it is awesome.
Yep.
Oh man,
yeah,
such a good song.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite song on that album, for sure.
Yeah, definitely not one of my favorite albums as a whole. I mean, there's maybe one too many ballads on it, but yeah, this song always kind of stands out. Great instrumentation, great lyrics. From your Jimmy Choos to your Ultra Lash. That's like the one thing that kind of sticks out, that particular lyric.
Yep.
Okay. 22, When You Were Mine. Oh, Dirty Mind. It's like the one song that kind of made the cut here, and it's perfect, pop perfection.
Yeah. I love it. I've heard maybe like 10 seconds of the Cyndi Lauper version, but yeah, Prince's version, I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it at all. The whole album was basically demo tapes, but they have their unique charm, and I wouldn't want a remastered version, and that includes this one. I like it. I like the story is kind of an interesting story. I love you more than I did when you were mine. And also some great guitar there too. It's not electric, but he really sells it.
Yeah, I love the breakdown towards the end of the song where it breaks down into just guitar and he's singing When You Were Mine, and yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, 21, From the Truth, Don't Play Me.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. The album gets off to a really good start with the title track, and then this one is just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
And just really nice lyrics in this one where he says that he's all these things, and I'm the wrong color and I play guitar. I'm over 30. I don't smoke weed. Don't play me. I already do in my car.
Exactly. It's got that sense of humor coming out again.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. The Truth is a great album to have in the car, and
yeah,
I think I put it in maybe a couple weeks after he passed, and he really felt alive to me when I was listening to it. I was like he was riding shotgun with his acoustic guitar. He was in the car with me. That type of thing, and it really came out with this particular song.
Yeah. Nice. Very nice.
Okay, top 20 starts with Bambi. Killer guitar.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, this is so crazy. That he wrote this back in the 70s, and the whole storyline of it is like he found out that his girl's actually a lesbian, and he's trying to woo her back.
Right.
And and that one lyric's like, I'm going to show you what it's like to be loved by a man. It's like, I always really pronounce that out loud when that lyric comes out. It's such a fun lyric. But yeah, and of course fans will think about the Undertaker version of this also. Less like the MPG Power Trio. It's I love that first guitar riff, that solo that opens after like the second verse. I really like that part. But then the whole groove of the Undertaker version is just, it's mostly an instrumental anyway, but I really don't care because they kill it.
Right. And he played it with Third Eye Girl, too. I actually saw him play it with Third Eye Girl at Paisley Park, and that was, like, amazing. Like, my face melted. It was so hot.
Okay. 19, Pheromone. Stopper alert from the Come album.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is so... Another 6 song, very cinematic. I wrote a little Hitchcock Rear Window influence, possibly, because he's spying through the crack in the door at something that's going on, and he's turned on by it, and he's wondering if he should rescue this girl or just keep watching. And
it's kind of like Prince's version of 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my God, yeah. It's like way before it happened. Go figure.
Yeah, Prince was ahead of his time, definitely.
Yep. It's probably a guilty pleasure also. I shouldn't like it quite as much as I do, and he's the only person that can do a song like this and make me like it.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Okay, 18, The One from New Power Soul. Not the best album, but it's worth it just for this one song.
Yeah, it's a good one. The video is great, too. With
really nicely done. Great job, Maite.
Maite's choreography and all that. Yeah, it's really, really cool. And the live versions he would take the Alicia Keys song Fallen and do a medley of that with The One. And that, I think, was really cool. It really, really worked really well.
Wow. Okay, 17, Dark from the Come album.
Yep.
I don't think I liked this one quite as much when I first heard it, but there was a point where it just clicked, and it's, love the vibe of it. It's technically flawless. I love the organ and the horns creating that atmosphere.
Yep.
And another great vocal performance, and I like to sing to this one. Maybe a little too much. I try to do like all of the vocal things he does, and maybe I don't nail them, but whatever. I'm in my car doing it, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, he put a remix of this on Crystal Ball, and I'm like, why? Why would you mess with perfection? It's like it's like the same vocal practically, but it was different music in the background, and it's like, dude, the music doesn't go with the lyrics. If anything, he should have re-recorded the vocal to fit the music.
Right.
It feels like it lost the meaning of the song.
Right.
Okay. Teen. Okay. I said Thunder was an underrated opening. Live for Love is an underrated closer for an album.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what it is about this one, but it just always got me. Love the whole musical production of it. And
it's really,
him and the MPG killing it.
Yeah. It's really intense and really theatrical.
Yeah, I think this is the only song on the list that has Tony M on it. I mean, I have gotten used to his contributions over the years. I still don't like his stuff on the Symbol album, but on Diamonds and Pearls, I feel like it does work for most of the songs. And I got a picture in my head when I was writing about this just to have notes. And it was like, Prince says, the angel on my shoulder starts coaching. And I was like picturing the whole, the angel and devil on the shoulders, but it was just like Tony.
Right.
And he was tiny and he was on his shoulder. And he was like, he just was dressed as he usually is, but he just, the funny visual came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great ending. I love, it's kind of like being in a plane, and he's like a war pilot, and he's debating about whether this is the thing he wants to do.
Right.
And like all these what ifs, and then supposedly the plane crash lands, or he gets like hit, and the music really supports that, especially with like the last minute or 30 seconds, like just when that guitar solo starts, it's like start to finish. It's like, oh man, so good. And it ends it with a bang, and it's just love it.
Yep, good stuff.
Okay, 15, the original bedroom ballad, "Do Me Baby" from Controversy.
Yes, my favorite ballad of all time. Personally, I love this song. His falsetto is just flawless.
Yeah, actually, early this week, I mean, I meant to listen to this for a while, but I guess I was so busy going through the albums, I was already past this particular period. So I listened to Dr. Funkenberry interview Andre Simone, and of course this song came up, and all he said was that it came out of a bunch of sessions, that songs that he and friends played together with, and Peppy Willie was in the room, and then the song came out, and Andre was like saying, oh, everybody else made a bigger deal out of it than I did when he put it on the album. That he seemed okay with him using it.
Right.
But definitely the vocal stylings on this is so uniquely Prince.
Oh, yeah, the screams, and then you got that whole spoken part where it gets really intimate, and it's quite a song.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it last night, and it was making me blush just thinking about it. Like, I never had that human experience, but I'm like thinking that's probably going to come. That probably comes really close to what that would be like. So, whatever he did, he nailed it, and it's like this really long. I don't know how long the song is, but it sucks me in from start to finish. And I could even listen to the instrumentals, just the piano and the plucking of the bass. And I could listen to that forever. That's so well played.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, 14, I think is my favorite off of 3121, The Word.
Yep. Groovy.
Atmosphere. So good.
Very groovy atmosphere, yep. Definitely.
Yeah, funny thing, I didn't know for a while that was kind of meant to be like a religious reference or something, but you can interpret it however you want.
Right.
Yeah, I always kind of picture him performing this one, just multiple versions of him in like this big dark room with him playing all of the instruments. So cool. Okay, like 13. 13, Damn You from the Symbol album.
Oh, there you go.
Great falsetto. Another of those, one of the best falsetto performances. The only thing that ruins it is just having the arrogant segue, like right at the back of it. It's like, why couldn't he have made that its own track? Can't really put into a compilation that way. But
I have a version of that with the arrogant segue cut off. Okay. So I'll have to send that to you.
Yeah, one thing I wrote, and I didn't really think about it right away, but I was thinking how it's nuts that the MPG can hit so hard but they can also like pull it back and play really nice on songs like this. I think it's Levi and guitar on this one. I just really like the vibe of it.
Yeah.
12. Ooh, shivers. Anastasia from Love Sexy.
There we go. One of his most spiritual songs, I would say.
Yeah. It's really hard to put into words, this one. But, yeah, it's like so cinematic and dramatic. And it's almost like a climax of his musical career at that point, as he was always trying to balance the sexual and spiritual. Songs like Temptation would come out where he's like trying to like master that love is more important than sex, and then it's about like love is God, God is love, and just trying to strike that balance. And then eventually I guess maybe he did, when he became a Jehovah's Witness and kind of left a lot of that raunchy stuff like behind him. But
right.
Yeah, definitely the big climax of Love Sexy, which would be Prince the Musical, I guess.
Right.
Okay. 11. The Question of You from Graffiti Bridge.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that this is a poem, practically, and after that, it's all instrumental.
Yep.
Really cool vibe. And I like how it starts, and it's like the percussion part kind of sounds very kind of like swampy and stuff. It brings an interesting vibe to it. And yeah, a lot of fans will remember how he combined this with the one just playing the groove from this song and then the one doing the lyrics. And it's I think it might have been on the Indigo Nights disc, and that was the only way I think it was. It really works.
Yeah, I think it was on
Indigo Nights. From start to finish.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
To me, it's interesting to know that it was. Well, I don't know if it was written then, but it was definitely recorded around the same time as Under the Cherry Moon.
Yeah, I think it was 1986 when it came out, or he wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're really kind of similar sound-wise, but yeah, really, really captivating and really enchanting. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely.
Okay. We are cracking the top 10, people. This is getting real. Okay. Number 10, When Doves Cry.
Oh, wow. 10, okay. What can you really say about this song? It's signature Prince. That's all I can basically think of to say.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the video I watched after Little Red Corvette. That's my official first day of becoming a fan. And in addition to like the hint of nudity at the start of the video, that kind of like helped not like the song at first. And plus coming off of that other song, it's like entirely different.
Right.
And now I can kind of appreciate why it's so different, because I just hear these really cold drum beats, and then there's some synth like thrown in. But yeah, it's definitely a masterpiece. And it's a shame the radios refuse to play the whole version. I don't understand why they have to we need to have it set into the rotation so we can only do 3 minutes. Like, no, some of the best stuff is like after all the lyrics stop.
Right, exactly.
Like a guitar solo, yeah.
Right. Well, they do the exact same thing with Purple Rain on the radio. I've noticed they stop it like right before the solo, and it's like, God, why do you have to do that? You know, but
I was going to get to that later, but you beat me to it. Yeah, nowadays I'll hear it on the radio at work, and I can't even listen to it. It's like I have to like put on my iPod, because like it's like I have to either that or I like leave the room and I play through the whole thing in my head. and then come back into Yeah. Yeah, my favorite lyric on that one is in the second verse, where he's like, "You've got the butterflies all tied up." I always sing that one out loud, even if I'm not singing for the rest of the song. It's just such a cool visual, cool lyric.
Yeah.
And no bass line. He made it work without bass line, Warner Brothers stuff.
Yeah. The wind drum is the bass. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh. I'm going to be like oohing and ahhing over the last couple of songs. Okay, 9, If I Was Your Girlfriend.
Yes. Epic song.
Yeah, funny thing, I heard it, kind of the story behind it before I heard the actual song. Susan Rogers was being interviewed about it, and she was talking about how Prince wanted a relationship with Susanna that was the way her relationship was with Wendy and Lisa, just that female camaraderie, like there's a certain intimacy that kind of comes with that a man really can't infringe on. And this was his way of trying to, really get, kind of overcome that. And I don't think I would have appreciated the song the same way if I hadn't heard that. And she even said there's, there were a couple of missteps or errors on some of those Sign of the Times tracks, and she accidentally had the vocal setting off when he did the backing vocals, and it got distorted. So she's worried, oh, now it's all distorted, it's ruined. And then he I don't know if he noticed the mistake or not, but he kept it in. But definitely, probably the best. Maybe not the best. It's my favorite Camille track. Some points of it, the emotion that comes out of it. His voice almost seems to break. He's so into it, and it hits me right here. It's so good. Definitely a Prince original for sure. Nobody else can pull off a song like this.
Yeah, it has probably my favorite Prince lyric of all time is in that song. It's, would you run to me if somebody hurts you, even if that somebody was me?
Somebody was me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so many good lyrics in that song, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, 8, Joy and Repetition. It was so hard to choose between this and Question of You, which one I would put higher. But I think this one just edges it out because it just takes things a step further.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the better, in the movie, I think it might have been one of the better uses of the songs. The Question of You was just a makeout scene in the alley. It's yeah, okay, sure. It didn't really work for me. But the whole vibe and the look of the video, the visual version of this song, it totally works. It almost matches what I had seen in my head.
Right.
Such a journey from start to finish. It's so good.
Oh yeah, the guitar. I mean, the guitar just wails. I mean, it's like a character in the song. I mean,
yep.
It's like another separate voice in the song. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay, number 7. And it's kind of funny how this one kind of worked out because it's, again, 7 is Prince's favorite number. And Way Back Home ended up being number 7. Go figure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deep song, and especially hard to listen to in light of Prince's passing. Yeah. It's probably one of his most personal songs that he's ever done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was even writing my notes for this one, and it was, oh, man. It got to be kind of hard, towards the end of it, just even thinking about all that. But what I wrote at the start was, it's one of those songs where I said, I can't believe he can still write like this. Not to be cynical or jaded or anything like that, but it was just kind of surprising to hear something so good, so open, and just the whole vibe of it just really, like, sucked me in. And the first few times I listened to it, it's like I kind of saw myself in it, because he was saying how he doesn't belong. I feel sometimes that I don't quite belong, and I'm not sure where my place is. And I don't know, this song can mean something to different to everybody, and that's the kind of nice thing about it.
Yeah.
And I liked the whole unity of the album, where we have this song and then it kind of comes back at the end again with the final affirmation, but at the same time, it kind of feels like the other two songs in between, it kind of like takes away from that. It's like, and I'm kind of like so wrapped up in the song, like nothing else really matters to me anymore. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I kind of like the Funk and Roll remix a bit more than the original, but even then, it's kind of like, yeah, it's almost like the album should have like kind of ended with this, and the final affirmation might be it. But yeah, this was I don't know why I brought this out like after April 21st, but I just randomly put it in my car, and then it was one of the tougher moments. Like I try not to think about. I never say the word gone, first of all, because he said it, and the ones that never say that they're gone. So I try to keep his spirit alive and celebrate him, and I don't focus on the negative or focus on the fact he's no longer here. But this is one of those songs where it's kind of hard to do that. And the final affirmation, he's not really in the song at all, except unless that backing beat that sounds like a heartbeat, maybe that's his heartbeat. We really don't know. It would be nuts if it was. But yeah, it was such a difficult listen. Like I broke down when I was like, I was still able to drive and all that, but I broke down when I was like driving home, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to play this album again, and eventually I would have to come back to it. And it was kind of hard not to feel sad and not to listen. But yeah, all you can say is at the end of that. Not more to say, except there are 6 songs left.
Yep.
Okay. Number 6, The Beautiful Ones from Purple Rain. Oh.
Yep. Probably the best example of a vocal performance by Prince, where it's just absolutely flawless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This was one of those solo performances off that album where he did everything. And when I saw the movie as a whole for the first time, it was surprising to see him on the piano, because I don't know. I knew that he played piano, but I didn't think of him as the person that played piano on stage. So that was an interesting side of him, just the whole performance. I loved how the synths were so much passion in those vocals, and how the music just builds right along with him.
Yep.
Okay, 5. I am going to get so much hate for this one, because I put Purple Rain at number 5 and not number 1.
Okay. That's understandable.
It's like boo hiss, it's not number 1. But the whole reason, I think, is because everything above this, I have some personal connection in there somewhere. And I think with this one, I found it maybe a little too late, maybe after the fact. Although I do have some history with it. Like when I first saw the whole movie and I saw the performance, I'll always remember just being like in tears during that performance. I don't know when that it got to me, but it did. And then my mom came in the room and was like, dinner's almost ready. And she's like, you just did Purple Rain, didn't you? I'm like, yeah. After a while, like I would be in tears like every time I listened to it, but I did become desensitized after a certain point where it didn't affect me quite as much.
Yeah.
But then, after his passing, I saw the movie 2 more times. Once was April 21st last year to kind of mark 1 year since the day, and I took the day off from work because I don't think I can be around other people on April 21st anymore because it's going to be hard not to think about him. So,
right.
Yeah, it was nuts watching the movie again. It's not like I hadn't seen him in that whole year, but I hadn't seen the movie. So it was kind of like great being in his company again, but then the song came out, and then the lyric that really got me, I never want to be your weekend lover, I only want to be some kind of friend, that hit me, like right in the heart, and that, I felt like speaking to me at that point. And then from there, I was pretty much a wreck I was able to get back together for the final 2 songs, which are like the big highlight of the movie for me. But and then the next time we saw it, all of us were seeing it, and then my aunt had never saw it, so we saw it together, and man, they saw me like become a big wreck, and then my mom comes over, pats me on the shoulder, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Okay, we need to bring things up again. Number 4, Little Red Corvette from 1999.
Okay.
Yeah, just to briefly touch on the sad stuff again. This was the song playing in the car. I turned on the car, and it was on the radio. I'm like, oh, it's cool. They're playing this song. I'm like, wait, this song only plays current stuff. And then it's like I check my phone, and I see 2 texts, and it's like, oh, no. I got the news, shortly after, at the end of the song. So there was a stigma attached for it. It's like, I don't know if I can listen to the song anymore, but it's like I still do. And now I am back to where I'm kind of happy when I listen to it again. It was right after that, and I'm like, I don't remember if I actually pumped my fist in the air as I was like leaving work, like in the car or whatever. But it was like, yeah, I'm going to celebrate. I'm not going to waste my time being sad.
Right.
But anyway, this was the first video I watched after the Super Bowl appearance that he did. And yeah, really great video. I'd heard about the song, and that it's not about a car. It's innuendo, of course. Why not? But it's like really great production. Really sick Lindrum. Really good Lindrum. Beth Dickerson playing guitar on that solo, really good solo. And then I found out recently that the girl that inspired the song, she actually dated jockey, so that wasn't just a metaphor to go with the Trojans. It was actually fact.
Right.
Go figure.
Interesting.
Okay, big 3. Number 3 is Shush from the Gold Experience.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely great production ballads. Oh,
yeah,
man.
that makes sense because it's on the Love for One Another special, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think it was in the Beautiful Experience, which had a lot of the Come songs.
Oh, the Beautiful Experience. Yeah, I'm mixing those up. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think it was on that configuration at one point too, so it's not a difficult mistake to make. Yeah, what a performance this one. The MTG is so good on it. Michael Brown, the drums, and then really great vocal from Prince. Really, really passionate. And he has 2 guitar solos, and they're very different. One is very melodical and pretty, and the other one has got so much passion and range. And I feel so much when I listen to it. It blows my mind, but also kills me. I fall in love with it. 7 minutes and change, and not a moment is wasted.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then there's one video I have hanging around where he performed it live in Hong Kong, and John Blackwell was on drums, and he was killing it.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched that again for the first time in years. I think it was right before I did musicology, and just seeing him perform it, I was like, oh man, so good, and just it was everything. Okay, 2, Alexa de Paris from I guess it's the B-side for Mountains. It was featured in Under the Cherry Moon, but it was never officially released on a compilation, and it should be.
Yeah, I agree. So that's officially your favorite instrumental then?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm not hugely into just playing regular instrumentals from Prince, but yeah, this one is magic. Like I felt so lucky to find that it was among some of the files that other fans have sent me, so I get to have this one, listen to it whenever I want. And really great guitar work, and I think Sheila E. plays drums. She does a really good job on those too.
Yep, shout out to Sheila E.
Yep. And no surprise, anybody who knows me, Gold is number one. And it has been for like 11 years, practically.
Yeah. It's just one of those songs that speaks to you personally, and yeah, I know you hold it dear to your heart, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is particularly crazy because it felt like for a while it was, every time I listened to it, if I was going through something, there was some kind of message that always came out. And the funny thing was, I think maybe the second time I heard the record, the Gold Experience, I was so overwhelmed, and I was thinking, how am I going to be able to do this if not a lot of the songs are going to work for me? Like, I'm not comfortable with some of the material, if Prince's the right artist, and over my head, like all the negativity and doubt was coming out. And then I don't know if it was God or if it was Prince, but somebody reached out to me in this spiritual way, and I think I wrote it down somewhere about all the things that I got out of it. And it was like, do things at your own pace. Don't worry about what everybody else says, and pretty much that whole vibe. So that's kind of why this song is above Purple Rain for me, even though it follows the same pattern. The point is practically copied it. But yeah, from that first note, it just like grabbed me. My ears perked up, and it was like pretty much love after that.
So we made it to 100. So any final thoughts?
What a ride. I don't know what the heck happened during it, but it was a great ride.
And I think that sums up every fan's journey with Prince. It's a heck of a ride, and I hope, well, we know that it's still not over. He's gone, but he's never going to be forgotten, and his music's always going to live on, and we're always going to have him. So on that note, I suppose we better say goodbye for now. And this is Chris Johnson. Thank you for listening to the Purple Knights podcast. You can follow me at PK Podcast, and you can follow Dreamy Pop at Dreamy Pop Lover on Twitter. Goodbye, everybody.